Basic Math, Chapter 16, Section 3, Drawing Angles. You can use a protractor to draw angles. For example, draw a 115-degree angle. Step 1, draw a ray. Step 2, place a protractor on the ray so that the center is over the endpoint and the ray goes through 0 degrees. Then find the number of degrees for the angle to be drawn. Use the scale that starts with 0 degrees on your ray. Draw a point next to the number 115. So one thing that might be tricky is what they mean by the scale that starts with 0 degrees. So in the picture, the ray is going through 0 degrees on this side. It starts at 0, and so you wouldn't use the one that starts at 180, which is the outside ring of numbers. You'd use this inside ring of numbers because it goes 0, 10, 20, 30. You can see that on our sample protractor here too. 0, 10, 20, 30. So the inside ring of degrees and the outside ring of degrees helps you measure an angle depending which way the ray that goes laying across the bottom, to the right or to the left. But step 3 of making an angle, drawing an angle, is you draw the ray from the end point of the first ray to the point marked on 115 degrees. So you started with making one ray, you measure it, and make the line to it. So here we could use our protractor for drawing angles for each measurement. So we could do a couple. Let's take number 1. So we need a 30-degree angle. So I'll start by making a ray as best I can, freehand. And then we put the protractor on it. Oh, of course it goes off the top. That's all right, we can still see the 30 degrees. So we got our 30 degrees is going to be up there. Now I can get that protractor out of the way. Well, I guess I can get that part out of the way. Put that back. And we can connect the end point to there. And so now we have a 30-degree angle. It's freehand, so it's not perfect, but for our purposes, getting the basic hang of how to make some angles, that's the idea. Let's try another one. We'll change the color here. Number 2, 60 degrees. So the first step, you draw an angle. I guess I could make it the other way. Let's do that. Have it pointing the other way. And we'll put the end point right there. All right, now we have a ray. Let's put the protractor where we can get the line going through the 0. And what do we need? 60 degrees. So where's 60 here? So now we're using the outside ring of numbers because the 0 is right here. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 right there. So I can make a tick mark for our 60. And if I move my, oh, it went with it. Try one more time, a little farther back. 60. Now let's try and get this out. There we go. So now I can connect now we got our 60-degree angle. So that's the basic idea of making angles. If we wanted a 90-degree angle for number 3, we would make one line, make this one go back this way. So we have a ray. Ideally, if you had a protractor, you could use the protractor itself with the flat part as a straight edge to help give you nice straight lines when you draw it with your hand. And now for 90 degrees, we would see when we put this in nice and flat, we basically have a 90 degrees going straight up. So 90 degrees would give us a tick mark up here. So we can have a line that goes straight up. Give a reminder that it goes up there. Get my protractor out of the way. Bring number 3 back. And the line goes straight up. So this is a 90-degree angle. So that's how we can use our protractor to make our angles. So there's some more for you to practice, especially if you have an actual protractor. You could use a protractor and a pencil and paper at home to practice.